Okay, that should be still by the time I get really started. What's up? Welcome back to Ask That Podcast on YouTube. Last year, sometime in the fall, October, November, if I remember right, I was talking about, I'll throw a little plug out there. Rock Shock Pop. I think it's just rockshockpop.com. Ran by Ian Jane and his wife, Allison. Um, Great little forum for like movie talk, comic talk, all kinds of media talk. Fairly laid back. I mean, I've been there. God, I've probably been there 11 years, and I remember like 2 blow ups. That's good. But I mentioned on there, I'd had a pile of trade, and they're like, well, I was like, I'm tempted to just do a video on like my top 10 I bought I haven't even read. I go, some of them I've read the stuff before, but not since I bought the trade. I'll rank them a little bit. And they're like, oh, do it. Well, thought it'd also get me up off my ass and have me reading this shit. Now, I'd have to go back and watch the video, but the only book I know for sure from that video I read all of, because this is 2021, and by the time this goes up, it will be June. Collected Stranger in Paradise by Terry Moore. This is volume 1. This is... I still got my bookmark in there. Pull that out. It tells me. 6 printing. Stranger in Paradise, it was like 3 issues. And a negative burn thing, and a sketchbook and all this shit. I got this from Dirt Cheap for a couple of bucks, probably 2 to 3. Great thing. And that'll tie into something I got in the stack. Now, these are... Instead of doing, because it's half year, bookmarks. Chromium Man. How many people out there remember Chromium Man? If you remember Chromium Man, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment about Chromium Man. Who fucking remembers that shit? Alright. This year, since we're almost in the 6th month, I got a dozen. But tied for 11th to 12th place, just because I got these because I've always wanted copies. And I read the book about them. I don't know which one to be first. I'll do this one. I'll do this one first. These are the Guandana Nalan reproductions of. This is Tales from the Tomb #5 from one of those. Eerie. Yeah, Eerie. Yeah, this is there. They took old pre-code horror stories and redrew them. Let me move my drink. My light doubles as a drink holder. Redrew them. And they got really, I mean, that cover ain't that bad. I remember seeing these a little bit on the newsstands as a kid, but was not, I didn't pick these or Creepies up or any of the black and white mags until I was, about by the time I was 8, Mom wouldn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be early 80s, and most of that shit was gone. That's 12. This is number 11. Just because it's got, look at that cover. I like that skull I just saw. Yeah. Cool little books. And I flipped through these, and that's been about it. Okay. Now we're going to do my top 10. So give me a few seconds here. I need to organize these. I know this is thrilling. Let's see. Okay. That. And one of them's kind of a cheat because I'm reading one right now, so sorry about that. Okay, yeah. Okay, that works. That works. I got an order. I should have done this before I started filming. I'm not prepared. I just film this shit when I get to time. Alright. Only hardcover this time. This is Batman Joker War. Volume 2, and it says that on here somewhere. Volume 2. I did not realize it was Volume 2. I was in our Walmart. Local Walmart had this on the shelf, and it was extremely cheap. Like, the shrink had been ripped, if I remember right. And it's James Tynion IV and Jorge Jimenez Tomio Morey. I just remember the cover being really cool. And it was inexpensive for a hardcover. And it's last place because, well, I gotta find volume 1 now. I haven't read it, but it looks cool. Give me a second. Sorry about that, the phone was ringing. But yeah, the art looks decent. It's the middle of the storyline, so I should be able to piece together what I missed. That's a cool piece of art. I'm not a fan of the new Harley Quinn, but Figure I'll read it. If I don't like it, as little as I paid for, I can get about probably over half of what I paid back for it. So, all right, this one, I've read some of this. This is X-Men from the House of Ideas. Road Tripping. Whoa, shit. That ain't happened in a while. So don't edit, you could see that. Mutants, Freaks, Outcasts, Children of Adam, blah, 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 blah. It reprints a bunch of different X-Men shit. And not all just X-Men. Let's see, we got Generation X5, Don't Touch That Dial, which is Scott Lobdell and Chris Bacchio. Mark Buckingham on the ink, so the art's really good, but the story's shit. Uncanny X-Men 244, that's first Jubilee. Chris Claremont, that's Silvestri, and Dan Green on the inks. Okay. Mark Silvestri. Uncanny X-Men 245, which is Chris Claremont's Rob Liefeld on the pencils, Dan Green on the inks. Okay, that's cool. Uncanny X-Men 323, Scott Jobdell. Brian Hitch on the art, though, so that's always cool. Destination Unknown, that's X-Force 71 with Adam Polina on the pencils. He's a good. Team X, I don't know who that is. John Francis Moore's the writer. X-Force 75, Convergence. John Francis Moore, Adam Polina, okay. Wolverine 78, I quit reading it by then. Larry Hammond, Adam Kuber with Mark Farmer and Mike Sellers on the inks. Uncanny X-Men 138, Claremont and Byrne. And Marvel Treasury Edition 26. Mary Jo Duffy and Ken Legrand with George Perez on the inks. It just reprints all this stuff. It was extremely, extremely cheap. This is like another $2 one. It's got some cool issues that I remember reading back in the day. I'm like, I don't have those anymore. So, yeah. That's number 9. Number 8. Deathstroke. It's Tony S. Daniels, Sandu Floria, and Tomo More. I guess that's how you say it. I have no idea. This is, I think, like New 52. It's the first 5 or 6 issues. There's another one. Art looks really cool. And I think this might have been on the list from last year. It's popping up in my head as it was. It's Deathstroke. The character is usually halfway interesting. And it was like $1.50. Another dirt cheap on. Okay, this is the one I'm kind of cheating with because I'm kind of in the middle of reading it. This is Wolverine Punisher Revelation. This is the it was 4 issues from Marvel Finest. I'm not that far into it. See Pat Lee on the pencils, Alvin Lee on the inks. Writers is Tom Segnowski and Christopher Golden. It's Punisher when he was the Angel back on Earth. And Wolverine's got bone claws, so it's really weird. But it's not bad, so, you know, it's number what? 7? Number 6. Great Buzz cover. This is Segnowski, Buzz, Cesar, and Weems. Vengeance of Vampirella, Bloodshed. The groundbreaking series in 1 volume. Covers included. How much is this? No idea. Bloodshed 1 and 2. The Hunt the Wicked, Bloodshed 5. Okay. It's like 2 issues. This Vampirella, and this was another one. This was actually extremely cheap off of like my comic shop online, like $1.50 or something. Yeah, they wanted, $7 for this shit back in the day. Vampirella can be fun sometimes. Harris Run. Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. This is 5 then. Okay. This, I'm pretty sure I've read everything in this. This is a Token Buster trade, Mark Hempel from Image. But I don't know where my singles issues are. I know I'm missing at least 1 or 2 now. I'm like, well, fuck it. This is another one's like a couple buck trade, either on Amazon or on my comic shop. I'm looking to see what it actually reprints. 4-Fisted Misadventures of Token Buster, Mark Hempel. This shit was so good. Issues 1 through 6 of the Token Buster stuff from Art and Soul. Doesn't mention anything about there was an Image issue. Okay, so dude, this stuff was great. Like just crazy fucked up. It was kind of, to me, it felt like my generation's underground shit. Usually black and white. This was Art and Soul was a very small company, and like I said, I went to Image for an issue. That's number 5. Number 4, and I've not read this at all. I've skipped through it. This is the complete Buddy Bradley stories from Hate Comics Volume 3. This is all the story that in color, which is kind of cool. These are all the stories from the Hate Annuals, which I remember hearing about the first one, and then nothing after that, and I just didn't get them. Like I said, Okay, getting there. It's number 3. That's that Stranger's Paradise. Stranger's Paradise pocketbook number 1, which reprints a shit pile. There's like, I think the entire run is like 5 or 6 of these books. And it's, I mean, where's that book at? This is closer to the size of the original comic. This is the pocketbook, so. Yeah. It is smaller, but fuck it. It was extremely cheap. And this was, oh shit. This was picked up at the comic shop. Comic Commander up in Ridgeland, Mississippi had this in for less than cover. Cover was $17.95. I brought it up there. And he's like, nah. Here. And it's one of those you get a feeling it probably been sitting on the shelves. It's probably been a while since somebody bought it. He had the first, I know at least 1 and 2, and I think maybe 3, and then like was missing 4 or missing 3 and 4. Or I picked up a couple. Especially if I know they're at price, but looks great. All right, number 2. Now this I have read, but it's been long ass time ago. Skull Kill Crew, the first volume, which was Marvel. Oh God, what was the name of it? Marvel Edge, maybe. And this is okay. Hold on. Grant Morrison, Mark Miller, do the writing. Steve Yowell is the pencils. Chris Ivy's the inks. Colors is Chaya Ching Wang. Chris DeFilippo. Filippo, maybe. Malibu and Digital Chameleon. Letters, Richard Stark and Comic Craft. Cover colors, Tom Smith, editor, Tom Brevoort. Marvel, there it is. Marvel Edge. Buy this book, and we shoot this scroll. What it was is, okay, remember the very first scroll appearance in, was it Fantastic Four? Is that 2, 3? It's in the first 4 or 5 issues. He hypnotized them, your cows now, you know. I don't know. I always wondered, okay, you got to swing something back and forth for hypnotism. What did Reed Richards swing around, you know, to hypnotize these scrolls? They made them into cows. They got shipped off, like, when they got old, they shipped off to a factory, got made in hamburger meat, and the people that ate it get like this weird mad cow disease. And they shapeshift, and it's this group going around killing all the scrolls that have these shapeshifted powers. It's fucked up. It's one of those Marvel 90s series that I don't think it did real well when it came out. I know the comic shop I was buying it from, he was ordering like, you know, maybe 5 copies of each issue. 1 for me, 1 for him. You know, 1 because he had a feeling it'd be something that would go up in value eventually to put away in store. And then like 2 for the shelf. You know, he had enough faith that I'll order 2, you know, and they were probably about $3. I got this fucker for like $4 off Amazon. It is a great little trade. And they wanted, like, yeah, $17 for this now. Fuck me. And then number 1, holy shit. Yeah, I picked this up at the comic shop. Comic Commander, this is the one. This is the King Hell printing. Oh, here you go. Oh, so good. Rick Veitch, man. It's Rick Veitch. And it's Rick Veitch that, thinking about it, I've read an issue or 2 of the one, but I don't think they're in any kind of order. And it was the epic printings, I'm sure, because that's the ones you saw everywhere. But it's fucking Rick Veitch. I love it. And he writes it and draws it, if I remember right. I'm pretty sure. It says graphic novel, but it's not. The Last Word in Superheroes by Rick Veitch. Introduction by Alan Moore. Yeah, it's Rick Veitch. Oh, fuck. That's my 12 trades, hardcovers, original graphic novels that I bought and haven't read. I'm partially into that Wolverine Punisher one just because it's like, what the... And I've had that one for a little while. That got bought early in this year at the local antique mall. This guy gets comics in everyone. So I had a pile of X-Men trades, real thin like that, for like $1 or $2 each. I'll grab them. One of them reprints like some really cool Magneto stories. All right, I'm out, everybody. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Latest.